We hit the wrong planet at 800 meters per second. The countdown screamed 4 minutes 12 seconds, and the locals opened fire because I unscrewed my thermos. The landing beacon turned red. The air smelled like burning citrus metal, and my cup hissed like a bomb with a lid. The shuttle skidded sideways, tore through a violet field, and buried its nose in something that screamed back. My HUD flashed wrong orbit confirmed, while a polite voice announced hull breach like it was a reminder to hydrate. I popped my harness, grabbed the thermos, and shouted that this was a misunderstanding, which apparently translated as war ritual initiated. The countdown dropped to 3 minutes 50 seconds. The ground crawled with armed shapes, and my coffee steamed like it wanted a medal. I'm Lieutenant Ash Calder, Logistics, not Assault, and I was not supposed to be here at all. I was supposed to be on the blue marble with paperwork and a chair that does not shake. The locals were tall, jointed wrong, and wearing medical symbols on their armor, which I learned later was very bad. They fired nets, needles, and one glowing cube that hummed at my bones. I raised the thermos because my hands were full. The lid clicked, and they screamed in perfect unison. A translator finally kicked in and rendered their panic as warning biofuel vessel exposed. The cube unfolded into a triage drone that scanned me and immediately requested permission to faint. It announced that my skin was healing faster than its calibration allowed and asked if I was cheating. Shots thumped the dirt around my boots as I took a sip to calm down. The sip made my hands steadier, my thoughts sharper, and the drones recalculated me as a hostile weather pattern. The countdown hit 3 minutes. The shuttle began melting its own paint, and the doctors advanced with restraint foam. One of them shouted that humans were regenerating mutants and cited my knuckles knitting shut from a scrape. I told them it was just coffee, which translated as confessed to biofuel use. A siren went off that sounded like a kettle laughing. They threw a field over me. I stepped out of it because my sleeve healed through the tear, and everyone reconsidered their life choices. A medic fainted again professionally. I tried to explain with gestures, pointing at the thermos, miming breakfast, and offering a sip. They recoiled as if I had offered a live grenade with a spoon. The lead doctor declared coffee forbidden, illegal, and mythically empowering, and accused me of brewing on the battlefield. I denied brewing anything, then remembered the heating coil and stopped talking. The countdown slid to 2 minutes 10 seconds. The shuttle's reactor whined, and the planet's gravity shifted like it was curious. A squad flanked me with stretchers labeled containment for regenerative entities. They injected darts that snapped off in my skin and healed over, which did not help negotiations. I apologized and took another sip because I am not smart under pressure. The aliens whispered that humans became twitchy war gods when fueled, and my leg bounced in agreement. Their scans spiked every time I blinked. A drone projected a diagram of my epidermis fixing itself mid-needle and stamped it unnecessary. Another drone filed a complaint about Wolverine analogs, which I did not understand but enjoyed. I backed toward the shuttle, boots slipping, thermos clanking like a holy relic. The countdown hit 1 minute 30 seconds, and the hull began venting glittering frost. They demanded I cap the vessel immediately. I tightened the lid. The steam stopped, and half the weapons lowered in relief. Then my radio crackled and asked for a status report. I answered. The lid vibrated, and the steam puffed again like a smug ghost. Pandemonium returned, louder. Restraint foam buried my ankles, and I hopped free, healing the burns as I went. A medic shouted that I was self-repairing in real time and requested a bigger form. The form was on fire. The countdown dropped to 40 seconds. Alarms overlapped, and the planet's sky dimmed as shields went up. They thought I was about to ascend. I yelled, "Stop," and held the thermos at arm's length, unscrewed, offering surrender. The steam rolled out, and their translators rendered it as battle incense. A captain with extra arms tried diplomacy and asked if the fuel was contagious. I said only if you drink it, which was also wrong. The shuttle lurched, the ramp blew open, and my pilot screamed that systems were possessed by breakfast. The countdown hit 20 seconds, and the ground shook like applause. I ran, slipped, slid up the ramp, and sealed the hatch with one hand while chugging with the other. The ship stabilized just enough to breathe. Outside, the doctors retreated, filming, annotating, and arguing about my elbows healing again. They labeled humanity a Class excess regeneration hazard and updated their manuals. We lifted on fumes, shields flickering, and the planet shrank into a purple coin. The countdown zeroed and reset itself, embarrassed. As we jumped, a message pinged through, calm and clinical. Please declared all biofuel at customs. I looked at the thermos, tightened the lid, and set it gently in the cup holder. The jump light flared, the radio went quiet, and somewhere a medical conference prepared emergency slides.